Ladies and gentlemen, the resignation of Justin Trudeau isn't just a Canadian story. It's the first domino in what could be the biggest geopolitical realignment since World War II. But here's what's really fascinating. While everybody's focused on Trudeau's exit, Trump is orchestrating something far more significant. Don Jr.'s sudden appearance in Greenland, Denmark's mysterious coat of arms change, and whispers of a North American Union? These aren't coincidences. Kevin O'Leary's Mar-a-Lago meeting reveals a plan so audacious it makes the Louisiana Purchase look like a real estate side deal. And Patriots, as we watch this historic power shift unfold, it's crucial to maintain control of your personal health. Just as Donald Trump is taking bold action to secure America's future, you need to take charge of your blood pressure today. Recent studies show nearly half of all Americans struggle with high blood pressure, but you don't have to be one of them. Our powerful all-natural formula helps regulate blood pressure, manage cholesterol, and support healthy weight loss. Don't wait for a health crisis to take action. Visit boostwithgary.com and claim your 40% discount. Take control of your health while supplies last. You'll find it linked in the description. So today was a big day. We heard the rumors over the weekend, and I got a text message this morning from my buddy Tom, and, well, this is what
competitive. So last night over dinner,
Justin Trudeau speaking in Ottawa on his resignation.
So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign as party leader, as prime minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process. Last night, I asked the president of the Liberal Party to begin that process. This country deserves a real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles, I cannot be the best option in that election.
Later, dude. Later. Bye-bye. So, what else have we got going on? I thought this was an interesting point that was made by Roger Stone. He said Fidel Castro, this is 18 hours ago, Fidel Castro's illegitimate son throws in the towel. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau expected to announce resignation this week. Well, it just happened. And, you know, I thought since Roger Stone made it a point to refer to Justin Trudeau as Fidel Castro's illegitimate son, I thought maybe I would find some pictures and get your guys' opinion on that reality. I have some here set up. Okay, so, and Donald Trump even brought it up. I got a clip of that too. But here's President Trump. He stated that Canada's Trudeau could potentially be the son of Cuban dictator Fidel Castro. Now take a look at these side-by-side photographs of Trudeau and Castro. I mean, if you ask me, it's undeniable, the visual similarity here. What do you guys think? I personally think that he is, in fact. And the stories about his mother visiting Cuba. Yeah. Well, here's the clip where Donald Trump actually says Trudeau could be the son.
Liberal, actually. Next. Yeah. He's turned very liberal, actually. They say he's the son of Fidel Castro, and could be. I mean, anything's possible in this world, you know? You're going to learn as you get older. You've seen a lot already for your age. Per age, I would say. Per year spent, you've seen as much as anybody. But Justin Trudeau is, I get along with him very well, actually. Next. Yeah. He's turned very liberal, actually. They say he's the son of Fidel Castro.
So Donald Trump certainly has his own beliefs. But who is going to step into the void? Well, Pierre Poilievre, he is the man that appears to have the faith of the people. The betting markets are showing him with like a 90% win chance to take the prime minister position. And there was a clip that was circulating a little while back. Okay, here's the poly market here. Justin Trudeau just resigned. There's a 92% chance that conservative Pierre Poilievre will be the next prime minister of Canada. So that's who we're looking at right now. It seems inevitable, this man, Eric Doherty, pointing out. Now, here's a clip. This is from some time ago, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's probably one of the most beautiful moments of a politician schooling a liberal reporter. Now, you may have seen this before, but it's a beautiful take.
The one who asked the question.
And this shows you who is about to step into the void in Canada. I mean, they're calling this like, the Trump of Canada, if you will.
The topic, I mean, in terms of your sort of strategy currently, you're obviously taking the populist pathway.
What does that mean?
Well, appealing to people's more emotional levels, I would guess. I mean,
What do you mean by that?
certainly
Give me an example.
you tap very strong ideological language quite frequently.
Like what?
Left wing, this and that, right wing. I mean, it's that type of ideological thing.
I never really talk about left
But
or right.
anyways,
I don't really believe in that.
Okay. A lot of people would say that you're simply taking a page out of the Donald Trump book.
Like which people would say that?
Well, I'm sure a great many Canadians, but
Like who?
I don't know who, but
Well, you're the one who asked the question, so
yeah.
you must know somebody.
Okay, I'm sure there's some out there, but anyways, the point of this question is, I mean, why should Canadians trust you with their vote, given not just the sort of ideological inclination in terms of taking the page out of Donald Trump's book, but
What are you
also
talking about? What page? What page? Can you give me a page? Give me the page. You keep saying that.
In terms of turning things quite dramatically, in terms of Trudeau and the left wing and all of this. I mean, you make quite a it's quite a play that you make on it. So I'm
not
just
sure.
wondering.
I don't know what your question is.
Then forget that. Why should Canadians trust you with their vote?
Common sense.
Okay.
Common sense for a change. We're going to make common sense common in this country. We don't have any common sense in the current government. The guy prints $600 billion, grows our money supply by 32% in 3 years. That's growing the money 8 times faster than the economy. No wonder we have the worst inflation in 4 decades. I'm going to cap spending, cut waste, so that we can balance the budget and bring down inflation and interest rates. You'll want to be able to pay your mortgage again? You want to be able to afford rent? Then you have to vote for Pierre Poilievre, because I'm the only one with a common sense plan that will bring back the buying power of your paycheck.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so we've got what's happening up in Canada, right? Now, if you recall, about a week ago, we brought you a clip of Kevin O'Leary. He was talking about going down to Mar-a-Lago, and he was going to talk with Donald Trump about Canada becoming the 51st state. And what's interesting is, a lot of people are commenting online is that Donald Trump, all he did, think about what he did. All he did was he posted online things about tariffs, and he triggered the entire collapse of the Canadian government. Think about that. I mean, let's do this throwback clip of Trudeau admiring China before I get to the clip of what Kevin O'Leary said after he went to talk to Trump about Canada becoming the 51st state.
With Sun TV watching for any slip, he was asked which country he most admired and referred to China.
There's a level of admiration I actually have for China, because their basic dictatorship is allowing them to actually turn their economy around on a dime and say, we need to go green as fast as we need to start, investing in solar. I mean, there is a flexibility that I know Stephen Harper must dream about, of having a dictatorship that he could do everything he wanted, that I find quite interesting.
Yeah, admiring a dictatorship. No wonder this guy's gone. But of course, Donald Trump's tweeting certainly helped. Here's what President Trump said about Greenland. We're going to get to that in a moment. But let's take a look at the remarks that were made by Kevin O'Leary with respect to Canada.
trading partners.
With President-elect Trump on this issue?
I had two topics that I wanted to talk to him about. Number one was integrating Canada towards a North American Union for greater strength, just period. The world's a difficult place these days, and most Canadians would like to look at that opportunity without giving up their sovereignty. So low-hanging fruit would be combined currency, for example, combining the Bank of Canada with the Fed, things like that. We are the largest trading partners. And just to ask him, because this was on Saturday, to say these meetings you're having with Trudeau and finance ministers from Canada, with all due respect, sir, are a complete waste of time. This guy's going to get eradicated out of the Canadian political landscape. Give the Canadians a chance to re-elect a leader, just like you got re-elected, that has a 4-year mandate, just like you have, and let's get down to business. And I hope they didn't land on deaf ears. I think he saw the rationale in that. That was one topic. But I had another agenda item that was very...
So I think what's interesting is Kevin O'Leary is using language that we used to be terrified of about, I don't know, 10 years ago. Talk of a North American Union. Now, the original clip that we played from when he first talked about going down to Mar-a-Lago, he didn't use that phrase. Well, now he's using the phrase North American Union. Now, in the previous report, he said merging the currencies, merging the economic system. Here, he went further by saying merging the Fed with the Canadian Bank, the Canadian National Bank. So, I don't know how I feel about all that. I think that's a pretty extreme measure, and I don't know, but that's the terminology being floated around right now. Now, I don't know if O'Leary is doing this on purpose, throwing out these buzzwords just to get people to freak out, like me, because I actually understand it. But that's what Kevin O'Leary is actually talking about right now. With respect to what's going on and with Canada and the talk of it becoming the 51st state, there's this talk of Greenland. This is not something that has been just kind of just happening like suddenly. I got a clip here. This is from 2019. Donald Trump talking about buying Greenland.
Large real estate. I don't know. It got released somehow. It's just something we talked about. Denmark essentially owns it. We're very good allies with Denmark. We protect Denmark like we protect large portions of the world. So the concept came up, and I said certainly I'd be strategically. It's interesting, and we'd be interested. But we'll talk to them a little bit. It's not number one on the burner, I can tell you that.
Would you ever make an exchange with them of any kind for U.S. territory?
Well, a lot of things could be done. I mean, essentially, it's a large real estate deal. A lot of things could be done. It's hurting Denmark very badly because they're losing almost $700 million a year carrying it. So they carry it at a great loss. And strategically for the United States, it would be nice. And we're a big ally of Denmark, and we help Denmark, and we protect Denmark, and we will. In fact, I'm supposed to stop. I'm thinking about going there. I'm not definitely going there, but I may be going. We're going to Poland, and then we may be going to Denmark. Not for this reason at all, but we're looking at it. It's not number one on the burner.
I love how he casually refers to it as it's just just basically a real estate deal. Well, now we're learning that this real estate deal might actually take place because the son of Donald Trump is on his way to Greenland. This just in, multiple people reporting. Donald Trump Jr. expected to arrive in Greenland tomorrow. Greenland's prime minister has reiterated his call for independence from Denmark after Donald Trump suggested the U.S. could acquire the Arctic territory. Greenland's leader wants independence from Denmark after Trump suggested buying the island. Okay, that was posted 2 days ago. Going back to the Trudeau thing here, Sarah Fields brought up a good point. Everyone needs to understand this. Unfortunately, Trudeau is not exactly resigned. He said he will step down, but has asked his caucus to keep him on as interim Labour leader and prime minister. If they agree, Canada will have a lame duck PM for a while. Now, here we have this. Interesting times in Greenland. Today, Donald Trump Jr. is visiting with his private jet, the PM of Greenland, Moots B. Egid. then canceled his meetings with the Danish king. So they're the Prime Minister of Greenland canceling meetings with the Danish king to meet with Don Jr. Think about the implications there. Paul Zipula saying Donald Trump Jr. visited Greenland on Monday. He's reportedly meeting with the head of the Social Democratic Party, who's also Minister for Finance and Tax in the Greenlandic government. Now, let's take a look here. We have this. This totally popped up last minute, and I thought it was priceless. This is somebody in Greenland wearing a MAGA hat saying, buy us, buy Greenland.
Trump anything, what would it be? So, like, if you could tell Trump anything, what would it be?
Buy us.
Buy Greenland?
Buy Greenland.
Why do you want Trump to buy Greenland?
Because we don't want to be colonized by Danish government anymore. We get ripped every year about our minerals from Greenland. We are the richest nation in the world, and we don't get to use it. Denmark's using us too much.
Do you like America?
I love America, but people are too fat over there.
So, like, if you could tell...
Wow. So the sentiment over there on the ground is one thing. But then there was this. This is the Danish royal coat of arms. Denmark has decided to change the way that it looks to make the symbol of Greenland and the Faroe Islands more visible. This comes after U.S. President-elect Donald Trump wanted to buy Greenland again, according to The Guardian. Now, on the left was the old coat of arms, and on the right is the new coat of arms. Now, what's significant here? If you look at this picture, if I can get it to zoom correctly, on the left, the bottom left quarter of that shield, you'll see a bear and a ram and 3 small crowns. Well, they went ahead and they did away with those 3 crowns, and they made the bear more prominent, filling out that whole space, and the ram filling out the top quarter. And they did this to basically send a message to Donald Trump that this is our coat of arms, and you're not going to touch it. You're not going to touch the nation of Greenland. This comes after, okay, so for 500 years, they write, the Danish royal coat of arms depicted 3 crowns, a symbol of the Kalmar Union between Denmark, Norway, and Sweden from 1397 to 1523. But in the updated version, the coat of arms, the crowns were replaced with large images of a polar bear and a ram, symbolizing Greenland and the Faroe Islands. The Danish royal house said that the updated coat of arms strengthens the authority of the Commonwealth, and the 3 crowns were removed because they were no longer relevant. Well, I'm pretty sure that, you can change all the pictures you want, but if the public sentiment is there, and you got Donald Trump Jr. heading there, I mean, this is what President Trump said. He said, I'm hearing that the people of Greenland are MAGA. My son Don Jr. and various representatives will be traveling there to visit some of the most magnificent areas and sites. Greenland is an incredible place, and the people will benefit tremendously. If and when it becomes part of our nation, we will protect it and cherish it from a very vicious outside world. Make Greenland great again. I mean, this is what he's posting. Now, remember, Donald Trump posts on Truth Social, and Canada's government collapses. Trudeau resigns. Now, he's like physically taking it a step further and sending his son to Greenland, and he's posting, make Greenland great again on social media. Folks, I think this is really going to happen. I think this has actually happened. Eric Doherty says, Trump again floats making Canada the 51st state and reacts to Justin Trudeau's resignation. If Canada merged with the U.S., there would be no tariffs, taxes would go away, and they would be totally secure from the threat of Russian and Chinese ships. That was Trump reacting today. Clandestine writes, a month ago, I thought Trump was just bullying Trudeau into submission over tariffs. Now I'm starting to believe Trump might actually absorb Canada and Greenland. Are we witnessing a Louisiana Purchase-esque scenario unfolding? 8 hours ago, many people in Canada love being the 51st state. Donald Trump says the United States can no longer suffer the massive trade deficits and subsidies that Canada needs to stay afloat. Justin Trudeau knew this and resigned. If Canada merged with the U.S., there'd be no tariffs and taxes would go away. So this is all huge news today. We got Trudeau resigning. We got this trip to Greenland underway. And the global moves are happening. So the implications of what's unfolding in North America right now are staggering. Trudeau's resignation isn't just the end of an era, it's the beginning of a continental reformation. With Trump floating the idea of Canada becoming the 51st state and Greenland's leadership suddenly eager for American talks, we are watching the map of North America being redrawn in real time. The globalists are in panic mode, and for good reason. You know, we talked about the North American Union. Well, that was under the rule of the globalist authority, but this new merger could actually be under the Trump world order. So the question that we need to ask is, are we witnessing the birth of a new American empire? Share your thoughts below. And don't forget to grab your exclusive Mag Avengers gear at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com, because when they write the history books about this moment, you'll want to show that you were on the right side.